Seems like the stories here never have a happy ending.
There aren't many people around anymore. Looks like that boat we took to Araneas might have been the last one.
Vache.
Looks like we're back here again. Huh? Traveler? Are you hearing voices again? Ugh. That's kinda spooky.
Vache? Vache.
Hey, why are you still walking towards it? There might be something nasty in the water. Huh? Hang on. Paimon can kinda hear a voice. It's calling for Vache. Hey, traveler! Stop walking! Come on, wake up!
Vache! Are you... my dear Vache? No, wait. You seem to be someone else. Do you know Vache? Do you know I'm... Wait. Who am I? I'm very sorry. I fear I do not know. My memories feel like they have been washed away like a flood. So many fragments dissolved amidst the tide. How much have I lost? How many things that I once held dear while on land have I? Yes, that is what I was once. I do not know how I came to be like this either. I only vaguely remember being covered in light blue water, and then all grew dim. I also remember going to many places, no matter where I went. But now, no! Our reunion no longer has any meaning. There is no way for us to create any. The thought of me gives him no sorrow. If you meet Vache, tell him not to look for me. Tell him to move on. Perhaps that is so. If only I could have comforted him. Told him that I did not suffer. And is that what you call it? Dissolving? If anything, it was a state of neither fear nor frenzy, with only an endless... I could also liken it to being a thirsty person who drinks water for the first time, and only then sees how they have lived for so long in a world... I think I hear your companion. It's time for you to go, I think. Farewell, then. I am glad that you were...
Wake up! Come on, hurry! Navi is outnumbered!
Look out!
Dear God, it's a whole army of Gardamex. Chlorand? Quick, now's our chance! I should thank you for lending us your sword there, Chlorand. But before I do so, could you explain how you managed to
I followed you.
I believe that following someone without their knowledge is actually called stalking.
Mr. Callus's last wish was for me to ensure your safety, and I will not betray—
Do not speak of my father!
Sorry, Demoiselle. I was not strong enough.
Thank you for your aid, Miss Clorand, but do keep an eye out for your manner of speech. I believe we all wish—
Sorry, I did not consider your feel.
Whatever. What else do you know?
I doubt I know much more than you. But I believe that the mastermind behind the serial disappear— Your performance tonight will almost certainly attract their attention.
I'm sure they've known about me. To be honest, I'm shocked it's taken them this long. And what about these Gardamex? I thought only those associated with the Maison Gardiennage could—
None of these mecha have serial numbers. I was sure to check a moment ago. They are not the ones used by the authority. I can only conclude that some powerful or wealthy party must have obtained them.
What? Your point being that they're out of Spina di Rosula's league, then?
Yes. Be careful.
I will continue investigating no matter what. We will bring the truth to light. That's my father's true— Regardless, thank you for your help today, Clorand. But if you get any ideas—
I do not think that they'll strike again anytime.
Right. I suppose that's the best news we've—
Demoiselle, I believe that Miss—
I know, she's—
Oh, thank goodness! Paimon thought those Gardamex came out of nowhere while you were unconscious, and Nadia and her gang— Oh, and there was that champion duelist named Clorand who came out to save us too! We got lucky there. Paimon probably couldn't have—
Oh, come now. Forget all that polite talk. That wasn't really a farewell meal we had back there. Not for me, anyway. In truth, I hope that every meal we have together shall be a victory feast. As such, we're still partners. There's no need to thank me.
It will take 50 years for me to match Demoiselle's magnanimity.
If it were me, I would have joined the Spina di Rosula on account of her goodwill long ago.
All right. right, you two. That's enough.
Actually, Navia, how did you know that we were in danger? You sure did show up in the nick of time.
Well, to be honest, you're the one who tipped us off, Paimon.
Huh? Really? Paimon contributed somehow? Ooh, Paimon's even more amazing than she thought!
Yes, all thanks to you grabbing my drink by mistake.
How did...
After we parted ways, I was on the way back to one of our bases when I suddenly thought of what you said. That the Fanta tasted kind of salty and icky? Fanta only comes in sweet flavors. So how could it have tasted salty? The color of the drink, if I recall, had also been a bit off.
So the Fanta had been spiked with water from the primordial sea?
Yes. So if you hadn't drunk that cup for...
Spina di Rosula is preparing the grandest of awards for you as we speak for saving the ball.
Huh. Really?
I sent people to Hotel de Boer to investigate, but whoever did this left no trace at all. That's when I figured out that you might be in danger and hurried here.
What? Why would they go after us too? All we did was defend Linny and Court.
Well, you did foil a plan that they were probably pretty proud of, and almost got their name in the process. Speaking of which, did anything strange happen when...
Well, it can't be a coincidence that the traveler fainted just now. He said that he heard that voice calling for Vache. Oh, and this time Paimon heard it too. But it was real faint. Does this situation have to do with the primordial seawater then? Does that mean the primordial seawater raises someone's sensitivity to hydro when it's used on people who are not from Fontaine?
That doesn't sound like too much of a bad thing, to be honest.
New intel? What?
Well, let's hear it, shall we? Oh. Vache. That name doesn't ring a bell. I suppose he hasn't stepped forward as a witness in court lately. Since he saw that young woman dissolve, he was at least at the crime scene, but he never gave testimony or any information regarding people dissolving in the primordial seawater. Could he have been... Yes, thank you. This is very important information indeed. We will continue to investigate. Oh, you mean you'll help us
Well, you did say that our farewell meal didn't really count. That means we're still partnered. And besides, we're in this now whether we like it or not. You're not gonna let those people who targeted us get off the hook so easily, are you, Traveler?
Demoiselle, do try not to look quite so...
You talk too much. Well, in that, we also have some plans to go over, and hopefully we can deepen our bonds.
Don't worry, you two. With us around, our...
Yeah!
There'll be an extra fee for that.
Exactly. None of them believed me.
Let's fly.
It's right up ahead, but let's make sure we weren't followed first.
I've been keeping watch, Demoiselle. I haven't spotted anyone suspicious.
Very good. But
I shall find rooms for...
thank you, Malus. Now, let's...
Let's fly. So, this is your base?
Your accommodations have been arranged.
Well, our funds have been a little tight. After all, we don't allow illegal or unethical profiteering. In fact, our funds often come from citizenry who support us.
Seems like it's tough times for everyone. But if you have the support...
To be honest, our financial situation was a lot better back when my father was in charge a few years ago.
Your father... He was the previous...
Demoiselle, if you'll allow me to...
No, I'll explain it myself. My father's name is Callus. Yes, the same one they call Callus the Unfaithful. 3 years ago, he was accused of murdering his own friend. But he chose a duel to defend his honor, instead of standing trial. He died in the duel.
Oh no.
But I do not believe my father was a murderer. At the time, I believed that if he only stood trial and was duly investigated, but strangely, he not only requested the duel himself, but that even after being seriously injured, to the point where he could be deemed as having lost the duel, he refused to surrender. 3 years later, how could he protect his honor if he's dead? If anything, he gave up his chance to defend himself. The closest piece of info I have is that my father had been investigating the serial disappearances case at the time of his death.
Ah, so that's why you're...
That's right. However, I believe that if the murder case is related to those behind the disappearances, they must know I must know what really happened. If only he'd been more open with me when he was still alive. He even hid the fact that my mother died due to complications when giving birth to me. And now, here I am investigating his death. You really are a handful.
Demoiselle, please. If there is any...
I also will never believe that Master Callus murdered anyone. Master Callus did so much good in life, yet all it took was one murder case for him. Even our supporters decreased greatly due to that incident.
Wait, if Callus was such a good man, wouldn't people at least be a little suspicious?
No. Perhaps people just revel in that kind of drama. It's not something exclusive to people. People love watching the evil turn over a new leaf.
But how could... never mind.
There is one other thing. Master Callus's...
Oh, her? Well, then... yeah, that's not the sort...
Miss Clorand has always placed great emphasis on the... She knew Master Callus beforehand and greatly respected him, but seeing how there was only ever one choice...
It's not that I don't understand her at all, but I just can't deal with...
Don't worry, Navia. Paimon knows...
Afterward, Miss Clorand told us that at the start of the duel, Master Callus requested that she ensure Demoiselle Navia's safety. Yes, that is our
Oh, Papa. What... All right. Anyway, that's the information I wanted to share with you. Even if it did sound like I was just... thanks.
Yeah.
Please, relax and get some sleep.
Paimon slept, huh? Navia?
I sent them back to Poisson. It's Spina de Rosula's place of origin, and where...
Paimon gets the feeling that you're just trying to... But never mind that.
No, I just returned after going out for a while. I did...
Wait, so you didn't sleep at...
How could I have...
Guess Paimon...
Unfortunately, this name seems to have been wiped from existence. It doesn't seem to have. I suspect that those behind this have already taken steps to hinder an investigation from this...
Does that mean we're too...
No. There is one ray of hope. One place in Fontaine that they would find almost impossible to threaten. And that is the archives kept by Chief Justice Neuvillette. A place where detailed files on if the Oceanid you met is one of the young women who went missing recently.
So Neuvillette maintains an archive of cases? In that case, let's go talk to him!
No, it's nothing. The Palais is right up ahead. Come on.
Halt! Please state your business here. The Chief Justice is presently occupied.
Huh. This place does look...
Hey, don't you recognize us?
Huh? Who are you? Just to be clear, I don't care who...
See? They've got great discipline, too.
Yep. Paimon can take...
If you're here just to crack jokes,
No. What I meant to say is, shouldn't you remember us from a few days ago? We were at the trial of the...
Oh, yes, I remember. I read about it in the Steambird.
We're here today to report and archive some information on a follow-up.
Huh. Is that even a thing?
Of course. Don't worry. We're here on...
All right, then. I'll let you through. The Chief just...
Thanks so...
Please come in.
Sorry to barge in, Monsieur Neuvillette. We only lied to get in because...
It's all right. Please let me know.
So you're...
We're looking for a man called Vacher. He may have been an eyewitness in the serial disappearances case.
Ah, I see. In that case, please wait here a moment while I...
Who knew that Neuvillette would be so easy to talk?
Unfortunately, I'm quite certain that no one by the name of Vache has been involved in any case. There are no records of him either in the files or in my memory.
Traveler, what if it was really just a dream?
Is that so? All right then.
Ahem. Miss Navia, I can understand how you feel. Your father, Callus, was a truly exceptional man.
And what are you trying to say? Are you trying to console me? Extend your... No. You are not trying to do any of that. I can hear it in your voice. It's just like last time. After my father took his place in the duelist ring, I pushed through the guards to talk to you. You even told me then that you thought there was something fishy with the case, yet you still allowed, in your eyes, the value of a human life is if you truly regret my father's death. Then why didn't you call a stop to the duel? Why didn't you give me the power to stop him from throwing his life away? Why did you just let him die? Despised and hated by all. Everything was hanging on a thread at that moment. Just the tiniest effort could have changed everything. There are still so many things I never got to tell him. So many If you really have no heart, then just look me in the eyes. I, Navia, will show you the true meaning.
I'm sorry, Miss Navia.
You and my father are truly alike. You keep all kinds of things in your heart and never say a word to anyone. It's not so much that you can't feel, but that you would never express. Oh well. In any case, everyone already knows full well the apathy of the Chief Justice. My apologies for taking my emotions out on you, Monsieur Chief Justice. Let's go, Traveler and Paimon.
Navia,
I'm fine. Rain. It's raining.
you're right. Wasn't it still sunny when we went into the building? And there shouldn't be any active
Now that I think of it, on the day my father was convicted of murder,
What is it? Did you think of something?
Yeah, he was outside. It was uncovered and the rain could fall there. Why? That thought has occurred to us before. We've even expanded the search area to try to account for that, but didn't find anything of value. Oh? Wait. You don't mean...
So you're saying that the true murderer could have been turned into water? And then got washed away with the rain? Yeah. And if that's what had happened, then no one would have believed your dad, even if he explained what he saw to the authorities.
I really think I found a true genius for a partner. You're completely right. How did I... All right, let's go to Poisson. With this new lead in mind, we'll get to the bottom.
Yeah, we're gonna make...
Do you want to go with me now? Oh. Great.
Really gonna go flying in this weather? You think you can outrun a lightning strike?
Whoa! What a huge ship!
There's no need to be so surprised. My father was the one who asked for it to be built like this. Perhaps a gigantic and glamorous ship embodies discovery, opportunity, ambition, and conquest. It symbolizes Spina di Rosula's bright and limitless future.
And Paimon thought you were bluffing when you said Spina di Paimon was confused why a group with such a history, but now that Paimon has seen this ship for herself...
Well, Poisson is where Spina di Rosula began, after all.
Take me up!
Malouse, we're back!
Apologies for the wait, demoiselle, and our most important. You said before that you still had some business at...
About that. It's because my partner here reminded me of something really important. You still remember, right, Malouse? On that night, it was...
Yes, the case was quite similar to that of Mr. Linney's.
Could you tell us a bit more about what happened?
Yeah, of course. Many years ago, something called synth began to gain popularity in Poisson. At a glance, it was a kind of drink that could excite your mood and produce many pleasant hallucinations.
Wait! Didn't that guard guy who turned into water also mention that the primordial water could be used to produce some kind of potion?
Yes, he did. Considering what we know now, it's almost certain that synth is created using water from the primordial sea. If you drink synth for an extended amount of time, you'll suffer many side effects, such as losing the ability to focus or control. And if you were to stop drinking it completely, you'll experience flashes of paranoia and anxiety while lacking energy to do As he oversaw Poisson, my father was compelled to put a stop to synth abuse and called for a complete ban of...
Boss's uncompromising attitude incurred the synth vendor's wrath. But no matter how much they threatened or bribed him, not only that, Boss became determined to find the mastermind.
Yes, but the enemy was very cunning. So he could never get anything out of the dealers, all of whom only sold the stuff and weren't privy to the rest. Recognizing that, my father decided to contact the dealers in secret and cultivate personal relationships with them. Finally, he was able to The man's name was Jacques. He felt greatly ashamed about his work after seeing many families just that night. My father hosted a banquet at his countryside estate. He planned to meet up and but then we heard 2 gunshots from the courtyard. We raced to the scene and found my father, still holding a gun, and Jacques.
Huh? How did that happen? Aren't they on...
Sounds just like Lenny's case, doesn't it? In both cases, the culprit seemed obvious, but neither appeared. Looking back on it, though, I now believe the most important clue was something we all overlooked at the time. There were pieces of clothing left at the scene. Precisely. It's all thanks to you that I made the connection now. Back then, we all just thought they were some costumes that Jacques used to disguise himself at. But, considering it now, it's almost certain that they belonged to a third person at the scene. With one extra person, we'll also need to reconsider why the 2 shots were fired. You're right. We still don't know what happened. But
Jacques was an empathetic man who was infinitely remorseful for... I think this third person... On that note, however, even though this will not please you, our opponent is insidious and cruel. They are extremely difficult to deal with, and Boss has already lost his life trying to bring them to... Even though Spina di Rosula has lost most of its former glory, Poisson has welcomed a new time of peace, and we have been allowed to live out our lives. There is no need to follow your father's path. It would be both wise and in line with Boss's...
if that's indeed what he wished for, then he should have told me that himself. Was I not the closest person to him? And yet, I was the one most kept in the dark. What was the point of him dying without sharing any of the secrets he knew? Did he manage to... Synth is still here. Callus the Unfaithful is still his epithet. And Spina di Rosula is barely getting by. Nothing has... Did he think I'd just accept his meaningless death and live out my life? I've never accepted that. Ever. Not since that day. I want to find out the real answer for...
Navia.
This is indeed the best moment to act. Your
So you do know something else, Malus?
Yes, I do. In fact, even before that banquet, Boss already knew of the connection between Synth and the Seer. But what drove all the tensions to the boiling point was the revelation that you, Demoiselle, had been selected as the next target.
What?
Boss also didn't tell you that he had been diagnosed with a rare illness. The doctors told him, and the serial disappearances case cost him. 5 years was nowhere near enough time to resolve this long-standing conflict. But once he passed away, knowing all of this, he decided to use one final intimidation tactic before his death. He claimed to have already gotten his hands on some key incriminating evidence for the other side, and even told some members of Spina di Rosula about the details. But as long as you remained safe, he would not share the evidence with the public. If something were to happen to you, then he and all those he told would immediately expose all they knew about.
Right. So nobody would be able to get off, Scott.
As we've seen, Boss's tactic has worked. Even though Boss has been gone for a long time, the other side has not tried to take Demoiselle's life.
No, I don't believe it. He never appeared to look sick to me.
No father wants their daughter to see them weak and haggard, especially someone as proud as Boss. To him, dying in a duel and suffering lasting dishonor as the unfaithful...
So he chose to die?
I'm afraid you're not understanding this correctly. If Boss's spirit could hear you I'm sure he'd be
that fool. No. He might have set up everything precisely because he never thought I'd be able to... Is that the amount of confidence he had in me? And what if I was never able to make it to where I am now? Yeah. I suppose that's true. But thankfully, he rarely talked to me about complex matters, and thus understood little of me as a person. And... Malus, what was the key
It's the location where Synth is produced. When he was threatening the enemy, Boss didn't share this. But if you want to use it against the enemy, you'll still have to take several...
Why? If we know where the place is...
You mustn't forget that we're fighting against a mysterious and dangerous There's no telling what might be but a single... The worst case would be that we leave empty-handed.
Then, in that case, why not work with the
Well, you saw one of them dissolve during Mr. Liddy.
That's true. Seems my father really... But things are different now.
You sound like you've put a lot of thought...
I am the butler. I've always been willing to take on any kind of risk for...
Thank you for all of that, Malus.
Let me think. One conclusion I came to was that the enemy must be quite familiar with... When I announced orders to the organization's members on Demoiselle's behalf, I used to deliberately keep a few people in the dark and observe the reaction. If the vendors didn't change their plans, then the individuals informed of our orders must be innocent. If the vendors packed up and fled, however, then after several rounds of testing and investigative... The first is Florent, Spina di Rosula's senior advisor.
Huh?
Yes, surprising, isn't it? He was one of the people Boss trusted the most. Which also means that he was someone who understood Boss. Thanks to his position within Boss's innermost circle, there's someone else like him too. Marcel.
Uncle Marcel.
It's a guild in Poisson. Boss helped it to grow to its... In the beginning, they were only reselling...
So, they're like a sister organization?
Yes, you can... It's a bit different.
The final suspect is Thierry, the man responsible for coordinating information between... Although the guards mostly leave us to our own devices, there are still many Since Thierry is always in the know about our current activities...
I see. To think that the enemy we've been fighting against has been right next.
If you want to investigate them, please.
Of course.
You're too kind. And before I forget, proving bosses in it. After that incident, Jacques' wife and daughter were taken into the Spina's care. They still live in. If it might help, you could also pay them a visit.
Aw, thank you so
A new case awaits, my dear partner. I hope we can work together.
Let's fly. Take me up.
It is settled then. Please
Thank you for arranging it.
Excuse me, miss.
Hey, Navia's all quiet. This isn't like her at all.
I'm sorry that I only came to visit after.
Ah, if it's about that, there's no need to apologize. After my husband...
But aren't all of those things nothing compared to the loss of Jacques?
You don't understand.
I didn't know how to face you. I know only the full truth could bring close.
I'm sorry. I appreciate this. On the matter regarding my husband, my daughter and I have more...
Would you mind sharing it with me?
I always knew that my husband's money was earned through others' suffering. He told me countless. He had many regrets. So when Mr. Callis came to him with a he tried to be as careful as he could.
They found out.
Papa didn't say that exactly. But Papa did tell me that I should never...
Before he left that day, he told me that he had no choice. It was only later that I realized it was his final farewell to the two of us. I don't know that for sure, but... Which is why I'm the one who should feel guilty. Callis, even if he fired the shot that killed my husband, it was likely in self-defense.
But Mama, why is Papa? Papa always wanted to be a good...
Well, things aren't all...
Yeah, Papa was a really good...
Then you should hold on to that. If a good man had to do a bad thing, regardless of...
Oh.
Thank you.
Thank you. Even though your personality is quite different from your father's, your determination when you speak...
You really think so? That's the first...
Are you okay, Navia?
I'm fine. Don't worry. Let's investigate the 3 suspects next.
Greetings, boss. How may I be of assistance today?
I'm sure you've heard about what happened at the Opera House.
Yeah, I've heard.
It also reminded me, on the day that the incident happened with my father, it was raining outside. And we found, after my partner here put the dots together for me, can you do me a favor and try to recall?
Let me think. After that, he told us that he wanted to go get some... My first reaction was that Mr. Callis's life was in danger. So, I grabbed my holster and made a mad dash toward the scene. But when I got there, it was already too late.
So you also remember 2 guns?
Indeed. The guard said that the first shot didn't hit anyone, while the second killed. Reason being, Mr. Callus had left his gun on the table. I even made sure to confirm that before running. But according to the guards, that doesn't mean he couldn't have had other guns on his person. About the clothes left at the scene that you mentioned. Do you think there was a third person there who was turned into water?
At least from our perspective, my father had no reason to kill. So he would also have no reason to bring an extra. The gun he was holding probably belonged to Jacques, or a third person on the scene.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So you're saying, But hold on. If that's what had happened, he didn't even want to face the Oratrice machine, and chose instead to prove his honor in a Did he lose all faith in the
About that, Malus told me a thing or two. So, I think I can understand. I'll tell you everything, once the whole truth.
I understand. And if I may just say one more thing. The whole Callus the Unfaithful epithet has been a thorn in my side. Many people have laughed at me for still calling him Mr. Callus, even after so many years have passed. But it was Mr. Callus's trust that no matter what others might say.
Don't worry. You and all are up.
Intel is just like teachers. You gotta invest.
Hey, Thierry, it's me.
Oh, now, what brings you...
Oh, so you've got news?
Oh, okay.
Are you sure there isn't a little bit of truth in that?
I mean, where Callus did a fantastic job running the town. It would be next to impossible. Anyway.
Yes. What happened at the Opera House made us realize that Linny's case and my father...
If you want to go through the...
That'd be much appreciated.
Of course. Why do you ask? We definitely can't use them to forcefully get more evidence.
Well, you see, just recently, we were attacked by a So, if you hypothetically wanted to do something against...
Then you think too highly of my abilities. Dispatching, if I had to make an analogy. When you order a dish, the chef will make it for you. You can ask the chef to... If you try to make removing a cereal, so I can promise you, those mecha were definitely private units. They're certainly not cheap. So, whoever their owner is must be...
Oh, then you're officially in the clear, Thierry.
Oh, well, thank you for... Jokes aside, I'd like to wish you all the best with... I'll be staying in the city for a little while.
Let's fly.
Hello. How may I help you?
I'm here to see Marcel. Could you please let him know?
Sure.
Navia, hello. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm not as young as I used to be.
Oh, it's all right, Uncle. I just wanted to talk to you briefly about...
Yes,
Oh, you were at the opera?
That's right. I went there with Navia to see the magic show. I also witnessed your marvelous sleuthing work. To beat the Hydro Archon...
Oh, Paimon doesn't want to become the top...
Apologies. It's just how Fontaine is as a nation. Everyone loves...
Uncle Marcel, you've also noticed that other thing.
Yes,
Exactly. I still don't have much solid...
Oh, and...
We were attacked on Araneus by some unnumbered Gardamex.
And there was also an attempt to get, if not for the vigilance of my partner,
Oh, you're giving us...
Alas, it seems things are heating up again. The peace that Callus sought so dearly will soon become a thing of the past. But rest assured, Navia, Poisson will always remain a safe haven for you. If you're scared, you can always return. If anyone dares to lay their hands on you there, the Confrérie of Cabrières will use its funds to the last.
Thank you, Uncle Marcel. Do you have any new thoughts?
About that. Sorry, the Confrérie was responsible for that banquet. So I was out and about the whole time, making sure things... Then I heard the sound of a gunshot.
Oh, it's okay. No need to push yourself.
Sounds good. Just let me know if you ever... All my wealth comes from Callus's patronage and support.
We've talked to all 3 suspects.
None of them sounded particularly suspicious.
I suppose that's to be expected, though. If a single conversation... Anyway, even though we didn't make a breakthrough...
But where should we start? Ah, you're right! Florent...
According to Jacques' family members, he already told them that he had been discovered, and that he had no choice. If I had to guess, he probably received an order from the synth boss to kill my father.
So, Jacques fired the first shot?
Oh? And why is that?
Ooh, that's a good point. Jacques probably already knew that he was just being used as a tool for murder. And once he had completed his mission, he'd be of...
So, what would make more sense from his perspective would be to turn his back on the Order and seek protection from my father. Makes sense. But besides Jacques, the attack from the Gardamex has been bothering me quite... It's obvious that our enemy has become more antsy after the secret of the
Do you think he knew, even then, that we'd follow this lead to the end?
Given everything that's happened, but who among the 3 suspects would have the ability to control privately owned Gardamex? Thierry, you say? But...
Yeah. Had he actually tampered with the mecha, we'd be able to prove it with a sim. If the mecha were taken from the guards, it should be pretty easy to find out when it...
Florent? But Spina di Rosu...
So you're saying he's too broke to have...
Exactly. He can't. And even if he could, I don't think he would be... Uncle Marcel? And with funds from the Confrérie, he could also afford... It's still really hard for me to imagine, though. Also, wouldn't this mean he has been spending a whole lot of mora and energy to fight his own synth business? Who could it be? You know, if you think everything through...
Could we be missing other suspects?
Malus has always been very reliable, and his judgment of others trustworthy. The suspect is knowledgeable about the... Even if I don't want to believe it, I'm starting to see how things could all tie back to Uncle Marcel.
Well, we still have another trump card on top of all the theorizing and speculating.
Yes. Malus did say that charging straight in there would be extremely risky. We need far more salt.
Navia, here you are.
Huh? Aren't you...
Yeah. News came from Irenaeus just after you left. We've got another trial on our...
Wasn't that place built specifically for holding trials?
I know. But they said the person they're putting on trial is a Fatui harbinger called Tartaglia.
What? Is that...
Yeah, we know him.
Well, he's been accused of being the true culprit behind the serial disappearance.
Wait, how? None of our investigations have had any...
That's what I thought was strange about it, so I came to tell you that if the charge against him stands, then it'll be next to impossible to get the guards to support any of our planned and...
Right, because they'll think they've...
Yeah, and it'll be a lot
I understand. Huh? Split up? What do you mean? Just as expected of... Since this is a trial about the serial disappearances case, the culprit's attention will be focused on Irenaeus, leaving his home base. You're right. This is our best op... I won't have any chance of making that charge stick, though, unless we find more evidence. It'll be...
We'll help you.
Demoiselle, please allow us to accompany you.
I'm ready.
Ah, Malou, Silver... When...
We heard that you'll be leaving Poisson and figured that you might... It's our hope that your
Thanks.
See you then! Now that Navia has set out for Irenaeus, we should also get going. The location has already been...
Take me up!
Ooh, shiny. It's so pretty.
Fine.
But Captain, please stop using the Gardamex to fire the Captain, please have mercy.
Huh. According to Malusa's info, the synth production base is underwater. Let's go and try to find the entrance. Finally found it! Huh. So this is the entrance that leads to the synth production base. It sure doesn't seem out of the ordinary at all. Ah, you're right. An important place like this is bound to have a ton of Navia's
It would appear that I must repeat my question again. Do you accept the charge that you are the true culprit behind the serial—
To be perfectly honest, I don't understand your country's complicated court system, or the reason why I'm being charged with something I've never even heard. However, I did hear that people who have been charged can choose to participate in a duel in which case, as long as I accept the charge, I've got to admit, that's one of the most enticing offers. When I privately sparred with her last time, she was obviously holding back.
Hey! Don't you understand?
Oh? Sounds like the Hydro Archon wants to lecture me on the ways of the— Then why don't you duel me too? I'm the kind of student that learns best.
No.
Alas, it would appear that communication with the defendant is going poorly. We have— In that case, let me explain everything from the very beginning again. The goal of this trial is to determine the culprit behind the serial disappearance.
That case had nothing to do with him. Huh? What's going on? Why is she interjecting again?
I told you it couldn't be one of the Fatui harbingers.
Miss Navia, this is the second time you've interrupted the court proceedings. I only tolerated your behavior last time because you were able to provide the— But that was an exception.
Oh, please. Did you ever think I had any respect? We can put that discussion aside for now. I'm not here to argue with you. I'm here to charge the true culprit behind— And if my charges prove true, then Tartaglia—
Oh, a young lady has charged in and offered to clear my name. How fascinating. Well, I'd gotten half bored to death by— So, Your Honor, is there nothing else for—
You may take a seat for now in the audience, but that doesn't mean the suspicions against you have been lifted. Now then, Miss Navia, who—
That person— Something's not right. Let me think.
Marcel, the head of Confrérie of Cabra. Huh? What Confrérie?
I've heard of them, but weren't they Spina?
Oh, is this going to be a friends to enemies type situation?
Please let me remind. And if the charge fails, depending on the circumstances, you may also be charged with the crime of making.
Yes.
In that case, I declare the charge to be valid. Members of the guards, please Mr. Marcel, you will not require an attorney.
Apologies. It all just happened so quickly. I still haven't figured out what's going on. I think an attorney won't be necessary. This is probably just a misunderstanding.
Very well. In that case, since both sides have now arrived,
I would like to take everyone back to 3 years ago. Only through elucidating what really happened in that case can we connect all the—
Navia, do you really think that? Come on. Why would I do that? Callus was my benefactor. If that's enough to make me a suspect.
I think there's no point in getting into the specifics right now. The audience doesn't even have the big picture yet. Even I'm struggling to remember some—
Exactly correct, Your Honor. I must refresh everyone—
I see. In which case, I will recount the findings about that case as originally recorded by Maison Gardiennage. On the day of the murder, Spina di Rosula hosted a large banquet in a countryside estate owned by the— During the banquet, all attending guests— When the guests arrived at the scene, the guards' investigation did not recover any other firearms. The suspect did not dispute this conclusion, and Callus was defeated by champion duelist Clarand in the ensuing— These are the known facts about the case.
The one with the motive to kill was Jacques, not my father. In truth, the after that— Thank you for— However, we should revisit the case now. Something's not right. Let me think for a little while longer. Something's not— The testimony of the victim— However, in the end, he reconsidered, and instead shared everything with Callus. Oh, unfortunately for Jacques, the true culprit had— Something's not— This assassin first shot Jacques, then turned to shoot Callus, only for Callus to wrestle the gun from him, and— A pile of clothing was found at the scene. The guards once believed they were used by Jacques, but now it is clear that the clothes were proof that there was a third person at the scene, and that they were turned into water after committing them. Since it was raining that day, the culprit was confident that they could use the rain to wash away all— Realizing this, the true culprit caused the hired assassin to dissolve into water.
So that's what happened. Wait, you're telling me something as dangerous as water from the primordial sea has been used for all these years?
What a great theory. It also explains Callus's and Jacques' respective motives. I guess they didn't shoot each other after all.
Mr. Marcel, you are the one being charged with the crime. You should provide a rebuttal if you wish.
Ah, but I think I agree with everything Navia just said. In fact, there was nothing in her speech that directly implicated me.
Then, may I ask some questions? In one, do you have the evidence?
I'm a...
Boo! If you don't have any evidence, you should just go home!
I may not have the evidence with me, but I know where I could go to collect it. If we look up the deserted clothes against a record of people who went missing around the same time, we should be able to find it. Considering the serial disappearances case, the guards probably kept careful records of all
That makes sense to me. Monsieur Neuvillette, I would consider this to be a reasonable investigative...
Why do I feel like Farina's acting a little
Maybe she's scared of embarrassment.
Alternatively, she's become more diligent after charging an innocent citizen in the...
My second question has to do with the ensuing duel. If the truth is indeed as you described, then why didn't Mr. Callis explain himself in court? If he had
I've thought about this too, and the answer is actually pretty simple. He felt the dissolving power of water from the primordial sea is an important secret for the true culprit of the serial My father could have exposed it for all to see, but he chose to take it to the... At that time, Spina di Rosula was in dire straits, and his reputation had already been shattered. He had no guarantee that going forward with the truth would allow the cult... What was certain, however, was...
Boss once told me that there was...
What? If the secret had gotten out, the culprit would have fought an all-out war with Espina right there and then. I wouldn't have been the only one in danger. All of us would have... Of course, the guards might eventually figure out the truth of the matter, and but what good would that do? How can a hollow verdict protect any... Had this opera house ever given my father any kind of confidence in its brand of justice? But by staying silent, we retained the ability to deter our opponents and continue this. I was able to become Spina di Rosula's president, which made me harder to target, as well as giving me more time to grow. And once I have figured out the truth and stepped up to the challenge, I will...
So, you mean to say... Your father intended to die in the duelist's ring?
That's right.
Do you have any
Of course. All you need is to ask his opponent, Cloran. I don't need your apology, your guilt, but since he entrusted his will to you, Cloran...
So, during the duel, did you believe that Callis was intending to...
Yes, I did. As a champion duelist, I've fought many battles and taken a countless number of dishonored lives in my line of work. I've seen all kinds of people give their all for the faintest hope to continue living. Just one look and I can tell if a duelist is hoping to live or if they're looking to die. I hereby swear on my name and honor as a champion duelist that Mr. Callis
Since that's your testimony, I have no more questions. It appears there really are good grounds to reopen this case.
I concur. However, Miss Navia, you still have not explained the link between your father's case and...
Right? What she said was fascinating, but kind of beside the point.
Wait, weren't they just talking about the serial disappearances case?
Of course, Your Honor. The two cases are connected via a matter of time. In my father's case, the culprit intended to kill both Jacques and Callis. As a result, they planned to act after hearing two, and at the end of Linny's trial, the culprit also only dissolved the victim in front of everyone because they realized they were at risk of being identified. The culprit could only time their actions so precisely if they were already at the scene. Coincidentally, Marcel attended both the banquet and the trial.
So that's why you suspected me. Even after hearing your reasoning, I still can't help but find it a little preposterous. I'm used to it, though. You've always been an impulsive and sentimental child, Navia. It's one of your most endearing traits.
No need to appeal to pathos.
I won't try to refute your points one by one, but even if everything you just said was true, can you prove that I was the only person present? On top of that, does a person have to be physically present to control the timing? Can't someone remotely monitor the place?
Don't know what she can say to that.
I know that even with that, you might still think you can reduce the list of suspects with some further investigations, until I'm the only one left on the list. Alas, who won't feel at least a little hurt by an accusation? But if I were to dismiss this do you know what the biggest flaw in your reasoning is?
I suppose you're gonna tell me anyways.
It's timing again. I'm a businessman by trade. From that standpoint, there's no reason for me to kidnap young women. It's a high-risk action with in addition, but the disappearances began before I ever stepped foot in Fontaine.
I do apologize, demoiselle. This was my...
No, it's not.
Is there anything else you'd like? You can also take a look at my border entry records, or ask my friends and family when I left Snezhnaya for the first time. Could those records and testimonies do something to appease the unspeakable anguish in your heart?
Seems like she got the wrong guy. At this rate, Navia will be convicted for falsely...
I think you've done a superb job of dissecting your father's feelings as he neared the end of his life. But aren't you going against all of his wishes and expectations? He wished for you to become more rational, collected, once you've learned to be more considerate of others' feelings, and to stop rushing headlong into things. You'd have...
This isn't just about me. The biggest difference between me and the rest of the victims is that I still have the ability to search for the truth, while that same agency has long been taken from them. The people whose families were destroyed by synth abuse, the people who lost their loved ones to the serial disappearances, and the people who suffered tragic ends due to their sense of justice. Many people's images, and whose image do you... Is it a man named Vache?
Huh.
Oh, so you do know that name.
I'm merely surprised you'd suddenly say the name of someone I've never even heard of.
I was waiting for you to...
Strike it up! A little amuse bouche! Rise with the sun! Ha! Open fire!
Whoa! Is it because of this mechanism in the middle? That guy really prepared a lot of stuff for this place.
Let's fly.
Paimon thinks we need to go up, but Paimon doesn't see a way. Let's take a look around. Maybe we'll find a hidden mechanism that'll show us the way up. The water level is rising. Now we can swim to the top. But this is still a ways away from where we need to go.
Take me up. Open fire. Bullseye. Locked on. Hold on to your hats. Let's ride. Bullseye. Open fire. Fire in the hole. A dash of frosting. A burst of flavor. Wrath from the skies. Off to the freezer! Burn it down! Take me up! Locked on! Bullseye! Knock him down. Rise with the sun!
After all that, though, as expected, the mastermind isn't here. That's right. What's this over here? Looks like some kind. Experiment number 16 aims to verify Jacob Ingold's research conclusions on the primordial sea and use his theory as a foundation to achieve the experiment was a failure. No individual managed to resurface from the water from the primordial sea. Female specimens 22, 23, and 20. Sorry, Traveler. Paimon will try her best. How can someone write something that terrible and let you read the rest? Paimon's too scared to keep going. So that's why he did it. Wait, did he really think he'd be able to find a way just by dissolving people over and over? That's just insane! Huh? Isn't that the name you heard by the fountain? Paimon thought he was an eyewitness in the serial disappearances case. You mean Vache is the one who did all of these... experiments? So that's it! Vache was no victim, but personally took his lover and... No, that's not it either! If that's the case, why would he want people to resurface from the water? In any case... Whoa! There's so much synth here! And so many bottles of ingredients that probably just contain the... Mixing in progress. Ready to drink? Stock sample? Huh. Whoa! There's even fruit-flavored synth? Yep, it's... like accessories, a hair tie, a necklace, even a makeup box. Oh, Paimon sees it too, but why are all these cute... Huh? You mean the girls from the cereal and then they were turned into... And all the boxes of things. These names. Oh, look! There's an important-looking basin over here, and it's full of water! That means this is where they make all the synth! And that special water is... If you dilute it with normal water, you'll get synth! But the pure stuff can dissolve a human! Paimon will take notes on this and crimp... Let's see what's written here. Nothing escapes Detective Callus. Navia's father. Oh, this seems to be an Yep, it's about finding someone to assassinate Jacques and Callus because of a lack of confidence that Jacques himself would go through with it. This should prove the existence of the third person, right? We still have not determined the exact content of the key information Callus has passed on to certain members of his organization. The old dog's a real menace to deal with. Even if he abides by the promise he's made to us, he will still have the upper hand. He can act whenever he wants to make our lives miserable. The only option... I concur. Let's send someone to kill him. He won't declare war as long as we don't touch... Oh, seems like we've got a bunch of correspondence between the higher-ups. They're all... We've looked at almost everything here, and it seems like our... Yeah, we haven't found anything that reveals... No wonder even Neuvillette wasn't able to find it that way. Even if we bring all this back to the opera, we won't be able to identify... Sure thing. You take that side and Paimon lover's name? Then you found... Aw. It's just a normal diary chronicling their love story. She was so sweet, too. So many! A whole page's worth! The final name she decided... Marcel! Wait, but Marcel's pretty old. Has this case been going on for so long that he's Vacher and Vinier's grown son? Hey!
And whose image do you see? Is it a man named... Oh, so...
I'm merely surprised.
I was waiting.
Navia! We're back!
As expected of my...
Just how often do you intend to flout the...
It's all right, Monsieur Neuvillette. Given their confidence, I expect...
But the truth of it, Marcel, is that you've always been Vacher.
Huh?
We've investigated your lair and we already know everything! After your lover, Vinier, was dissolved, you kept abducting young women to experiment on the hopes of bringing her back to you! You even created Marcel as a new identity and destroyed all records of your past as Vacher!
So that's it. Even the villains in opera performances rarely go that far. And with that, Marcel's motive has now...
This information regarding your past also dismantles your prior timing defense. Well, Marcel, do you know where you went wrong? You fixated your gaze on the lover that passed away, instead of paying attention to the living people around. So, you never noticed how we changed, or...
You also never understood Boss's real expectation.
Or our determination to see things...
Your determination.
Mr. Marcel, please speak up now if you would like to defend yourself.
Do you really think... Pay attention to you? What for? Have you ever paid attention to me? No one helped me. No one even believed me. All those decades ago, even the officers from the Maison Gardiennage were laughing at me. They said there's no way a human being can turn into water. So I must have gone mad from grief. Vinier's death was brushed away by all of you. Well, now you know, don't you? Ha! You only have yourselves to blame. You set up this ornate opera house in pursuit of your so-called Vinier is dead. We promised each other that we would always be together. Wherever she could, but I'm not from this blasted place. So I can't be dissolved.
Hey, is that water from the primordial sea that he's drinking?
I can't dissolve. Can't do you all see? I can't go. I can't fight. I did all of that. And in the end, that accursed Callus still got the... I spent my entire life living on pins and needles, only to get stabbed by his idiot daughter at the very end.
The suspect is exhibiting signs of mental distress.
Don't touch me! Don't anybody come near me! Vinier, please!
At this point, the verdict of this trial is clear. With Mr. Marcel...
Fine by me. I was in a bad mood, but after a show like that, I'm actually feeling pretty...
Traveler, please submit all the evidence you have collected to the guard. The man now known as Marcel was originally named Vacher and worked as an adventurer with his partner and lover Vinier. During an underwater expedition, Vinier accidentally came into contact with water from the primordial sea and was dissolved in front of Vacher as a result. Vacher learned of the primordial water's existence through the work of others and began to kidnap young women for research. To cover his tracks, he invented the new alias of Marcel and began to operate a business. During the course of his research, Vacher discovered that a diluted concoction of water from the primordial sea can induce feelings of euphoria and began to manufacture and... However, as he accumulated wealth to fund his continued research and expanded the scope, he came into conflict with Spina di Rasula. After exchanging blows with Spina di Rasula for many years, Vache decided to assassinate their president. Although the assassination did not go as Vache expected, he was able to turn Callus into them. And just recently, Vache attempted to frame Linny as the culprit of the serial disappearances case, using this. However, his attempt to frame Linny failed, and the power of water from the primordial sea became public knowledge. This case also exposed enough of Vache's machinations that he was eventually successful. Thus concludes the enigmatic history of the serial disappearance. The Oratrice will now deliver the final verdict regarding the charge. According to the judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale, Mr. Vache is guilty.
Guards! Take Vache away.
Good. It's what he deserved.
With that, the serial disappearance.
We really just witnessed history. Who would have...
Yippee! He's hurt so many innocent... Huh? Are you okay?
Demoiselle, you were absolute.
The day our late boss had always hoped for.
Yeah. See, Papa?
Well now, hasn't this been a most delicious piece of drama? The villain has been caught, justice has been served, passed wrong. Since it's been such a great show, I'll just let the false accusations against me slide. Either way, I've still got some business to—
Please wait just one moment, Mr. Tartaglia.
What now? None of this has any—
According to court protocol, since this trial was initiated due to a charge against you, a verdict must also be made regarding the initial charge before the—
Oh, come on. Is this really necessary? Haven't you already caught the real criminal? Isn't it time for side characters like me to exit stage left?
Please respect the laws of Fontaine. This has always been the rule.
All right, but this sure is a lot of hassle. All I need to do is stand over there, right? Let's just get this—
Through evidence presented in the public trial that was just held, it has been established that Mr. Tartaglia, the guilty party, has been identified, and thus it is logical to support. We now turn to the Oratrice According to the judgment of the guilty.
What?
Hey! That's not funny! Didn't you just say I'm supposed to be innocent? What's with this verdict? Is your justice machine—
Huh? This has never happened before. The Oratrice actually returned a different verdict from the—
I mean, have you ever heard of an innocent Fatui?
But weren't the charges about the serial disappearances case? No matter what else he's guilty of, it shouldn't have—
The judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale is by law. Guards, please.
So this is how justice is done in Fontaine. What a joke. You've got your rules. Well, I've got mine too!
He's activating his spell legacy!
I am sorry. If you have been wronged, we will find the truth. But the rules of the court must be upheld.
Hey, Monsieur Neuvillette, what's going on?
Apologies. This is also the first time I've encountered such a situation. However, all I do is follow court procedure. As for why the Oratrice arrived at the conclusion it did, You should probably ask someone more knowledgeable than me.
Why are you looking at me? I don't know what happened there either.
What does Lady Farina mean by that?
She says she has no idea either, but
Yeah, so are the verdicts reliable or not?
My dearest citizen, don't tell me.
But the way she looked just now, it was pretty obvious she had no idea.
However, given the state of things, I shall give you an explanation. Everything that... And, of course, for every performance, there is a script. If you thought Child had nothing to do with the serial disappearances case, everything he's done, not to mention the Dane, all shall be revealed. Now, having said that, although I hate...
So she chose to make her escape after all.
So you're saying we shouldn't put much stock in...
She probably just put on that performance to save face. As for the truth, it's unlikely that she actually has any. However, please be assured that I will continue to investigate this case.
All right. Even though we feel pretty badly for him, we'll take your word. After all, he's done plenty of bad stuff. Oh, Monsieur Nervalet! That power you showed when you took him down.
I'm the Chief Justice.
hey, what are you doing? Quick, stop it!
Traveler! Hey! Traveler!
Stop resisting arrest!
No, wait! I just want to ask the Traveler something. I'm not looking to run away. Please, just let me ask this one small thing.
Go on.
Thank you. I was being led away when I finally realized something. Where did you first hear the name Vache? I erased all records of that name. So...
Are you still trying to prove your innocence? Give it up. You've already been...
Really? You did? You're sure? You met her? But how could that be? How did you manage to do it? The Fountain of Lucine? Then she... Please give me a chance to talk to her again. Just let the Traveler take me to the fountain to see her one last time.
What? Give an inch and...
Paimon agrees. Why should we give him what he...
This request, is it worth as much to you as your life?
Of course! Wait, no. It's worth even more than my life.
Humans. Will they betray the instinct to live just to satisfy spiritual needs? Very well.
Your Honor.
I will go with him. You do not need to worry about...
In that case,
Thank you.
Let's fly.
Is this the place? You said she's here, but what do I need to do to see her?
Yeah, and even Paimon could hear her after drinking that thing. Didn't you just drink a lot of it on the stage?
Vache.
Ah!
Yes, that's it. So you heard it too?
Vignier, it's me! It's me, Vache!
Vache?
I'm here! Where are you, Vignier?
Hey, wait!
Vignier, is that you? It's me, Vache! Vignier!
Vache? Why did you come? Didn't I say? You don't need to look for... You look a lot older than I remember. How long has it been?
It's been more than 20 years.
I've suffered all this time. Only the thought of bringing you back has... I must be dreaming. Who would have thought I'd get the chance to tell you? Vignere, you are my everything. I really don't know how I...
But Vacher, if you ask me, this world would be better off without... If not for you, I would have finished my law degree and probably become a top... If not for you, I would have continued to pursue my love of the arts, and my works would have been displayed. If not for you, I would at least have been able to take care of my mother. And she would not have grown old and died alone, with nothing but the tears on her cheek. It's all because of your selfishness, Vacher.
You... Wait, you are not Vignere.
You're right. I am not Vignere. I am the sacrifice. Every woman who died by your hand, as our bodies dissolved, our consciousnesses flowed back to the our thoughts circulated endlessly within the primordial sea, and we were no longer... I'm Cressy. I'm the only one I am not.
Why? But then...
She doesn't want to see you anymore. Every tendril of her consciousness is avoiding you. This is what you get for your selfishness. Your selfishness! But did you ever consider whether she'd want to see you do the things that you... You are a liar. The only thing you are not. From the moment your first victim died and her consciousness merged with Vignere's, she has had nothing but...
No!
You still don't understand. When I said don't look for me, that came from the real Vignere. But on top of that, she also said that because it's her final... She said that because she knew that if you did come here, we will show no... Vacher. Vacher? Vacher. 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 Drown.
Finally, we have some time to do shopping. Gosh, it's really been a long time since we've been able to relax.
Huh. Well met, partner. I knew something great.
Even this weather can't put a damper on.
It's a pleasure to see you both again.
Oh, hey, Navia! It's been a few...
Oh, now that I believe. I'm easy to work with and always bring home the bacon.
Sounds like you're really enjoying life these days, Navia. What have you been busy with?
It's just been one thing after the other. I've been making non-stop trips between Poisson and the courts in Sen. Everyone from Spina di Rosula organized a memorial for my father. We never held a memorial when he first died, since everyone knew that even if we... This time, though, everyone in Poisson, and even...
So his name's
It's been the dearest wish.
That blasted stubborn fool. I was right to put my faith in him. I'm so glad I didn't give up on the case all those years ago. Oh, by the way, I ran into Charlotte just after I left the memorial. Well, maybe it'd be more accurate to say I knew she would be there.
Huh? So you know Charlotte too?
Yeah, way back when I first became the president of the Spina di Rosula. She was, I believe the story was called The True Heart. To be fair, though, she was trying to lean on our friendship to get me to do an exclusive...
Oh, yeah. She told us about that.
Anyway, I told her to make sure that when she writes about you guys entering the opera house with the critical evidence, that you both sound...
Now that's another thing to look forward to. We trust Charlotte's skills with a pen for sure.
Oh, and in other news, I also took Clarande out for a meal.
Oh, are you two...
While you were investigating Vacher's headquarters, Clarande gave testimony. It was thanks to her that we were able to turn the tide. I wanted to...
Oh, that's great. Paimon also thought Clorinde wasn't actually a bad person. It's always good to have more friends.
Anyway, now that the case has finally been solved, perhaps it will slowly begin to fade from the public consciousness. Oh, actually, there's still...
What is it?
I should pay a visit to my father's grave and tell him the truth of what happened. And on top of that, just how much people still look up to him.
Miss Navia.
Indeed.
We want to go too!
Sure thing.
And in that case, everyone, let's...
Yeah, you're right. Huh. This is where my father...
Huh? There's someone there already.
Hmm?
Isn't that Nervalette? Why would the Chief Justice be here? Huh? Now...
My apologies. I should have asked before coming to pay.
Don't say that.
Sorry about that.
Oh, I was trying to say there's no need for you to apologize. I wanted to show my father how much I've grown. But still...
In that case, I will stop apologizing.
You really could use some pointers on... In any case, why did you come to Poisson?
Well, ever since that day, I've been turning a question over and over in my... There was once a time when I didn't want to believe that there could be anything more important to... Oh, rather than that, it's probably more truthful to say I didn't believe humans were capable of resisting the most basic instinct of living things. That they could rebel against their own nature, or consider certain... Which is also why I didn't stop your father from beginning that fateful... I believed that a truly innocent man would never throw away his life like that. That there was nothing... should have been nothing, but Mr. Callis proved me utterly, if not for his sacrifice. The serial disappearance. Mr. Callis made the choice he did for his daughter, and in the end, from a certain perspective, a justice that's... So, you asked me why I came here. I just wanted to say my apologies to Mr. Callis. This regret has filled me with that high and mighty chair in the Opera Epiclese indeed insulates one from many important things. Spina di Rosula, thank you so much for your...
So, you're actually one of those types that's cold on the outside, but...
Sorry about that. Self-expression is not one of my...
Didn't I just say you don't need to...
Ah, so Navia and Nervalette seem to have made... Let's not disturb them for now. Paimon's never paid respects at someone's grave before. Did Paimon do... Huh? Oh, Paimon... Oh, no. Paimon hopes Miss Navia won't be too mad. Anyway, Nervalette is still standing around there. It's not often that we can catch him alone like this, so...
Oh, it's you two. Did Miss...
We ran into Navia on the streets today, so we just followed her...
I see, I see.
Well, it's pretty hard...
Please feel free. Though outsiders, you helped us solve one of the greatest mysteries in Fontaine, and it would be my pleasure to return the favor.
So, at court, the back...
Truthfully, that name is already quite accurate. I can only surmise that Vacher and his ilk only learned of its nature and existence after... There used to be a special sea on the surface of this planet. The nature of its seawater was rather different from that of the sea. Most of Tevat's life forms were first born in that special sea.
Huh. So it really was where everything began. It makes sense to call it primordial.
But today, the primordial sea no longer exists on... What Vacher discovered must have been some kind of special case.
Huh. So that's how it is. Oh, you really know everything, Monsieur.
Indeed. Why would the primordial sea, which was known to engender and nurture life, suddenly... To be frank, that also doesn't match my understanding of this world and its laws. Is there anything... That the sea levels will rise and everyone will be dissolved in water. Does that appropriately summarize the version you've heard?
That's right!
Yes, up to the present, I think we reached a point where we have no choice but to confront. Rumors have it that this prophecy is rooted in the last words.
A prophecy? Of the former Hydro Archon?
2 parts of the prophecy have already proven correct. Speaking of the prophecy, Farina has also always taken it quite seriously. Indeed, she has been. If the rumors were true, then perhaps this prophecy is the conundrum left to Farina by her.
But with Farina being.
Is there anything else? My apologies. However, I still believe.
But you also.
For many years, I have been quite aware that the Oratrice does not simply mechanically repeat the as a divinely created mechanism. The peak not only can it produce the incredible power, which is all to say, I have been prepared for a situation.
So when Lenny told us that he heard a human voice from the room where the.
I was not aware such a thing had occurred. Perhaps that could serve to prove my conjecture. In any case, I am inclined to believe that the Oratrice does have a methodology. Based on Farina's reaction, I doubt even she had any idea what was going on. While we do intend to get to if we did incorrectly.
If you ask Paimon, the only compensation he'll want is a no-holds-barred fight with you.
Is there anything else? Your sibling, another blonde-haired traveler. I'm sorry, but I've never seen anyone. If she ever stepped foot in Fontaine, I'm sure she followed our laws to the letter and had. Is there anything else? Very well. It will soon be time for me to leave this blissful tranquility behind.
You really are super busy, monsieur.
Crime and villainy do not have the day off, and so.
All right. Huh? Paimon just noticed that the rain has stopped. Around for a while now. Why don't we go back to the Spina di Rosula base in the court of Fontaine and have a rest? Navia said something about having a place ready for us there, didn't she? Come on, let's go!
I'd have lost myself long ago if I allowed myself to be led by the whispers of the abyss. Surviving is tough.
I hope the weather's nice like this tomorrow as well.